Hi guys, Kai here, and today I have for you yet again another speed build. I normally won't be doing this many speed builds in a row, but I have just been in the building mood for whatever reason. And this one I have for you here today is kind of like the starter home challenge. So a family of Sims, which is like 2 people, or I think even one Sim gets the same amount of money, is about 22,000 starting out. So that was my goal for this home, is to keep it under 22,000. And guys, let me tell you, I literally came in right under budget. I was $8 shy of 22,000. So just a fair warning, this house is hardly even furnished, but hey, at least the outside looks adorable. So at least when your Sims move into it after a couple days of going to work or selling portraits or paintings, whatever the heck they do, they will be able to furnish it a lot better than I was able to. And I know I'm going to go back into my game and refurnish it to make it super, super nice. But as of right now, it's sitting as a starter home and it is under 22,000 and it is on the gallery. So please feel free to download it. Let me know what you think. Show me some screenshots or whatever whenever you redecorate it, because I know you will redecorate it, because let me tell you, it is not cute on the inside. Like, the layout is good. And I kind of took advantage of the half walls, which I haven't really played around with too much, but I used them this time and I thought it turned out pretty cool and kind of unique. So anyway, right now we are working on the outside, and I was using this kind of, I wanted to do all brick, but then as I was doing the whole thing brick, I was like, I'm not really feeling the way this looks. I wasn't really into it. So I ended up doing one with the half brick, and then I found this one with the cute green, like, upper siding that I had never seen before for whatever reason. Well, actually, I know why I hadn't seen it before, because I don't build that often. But anyway, I found this one with the cute green siding, and I just thought that was so cute, and I wanted to use it. So originally, I was going to do, again, like the black and white kind of theme, and I was like, yeah, you know what, I'm kind of over that. I should probably move on from that, because almost all of my homes are that same color. So I ended up doing with this kind of green and brown kind of tones, so kind of earthy, natural-ish. And I was having a little bit of trouble with the roof, because as you put that kind of roof, what is it called, like roof liner or something around, it was like halfway cutting into the other roof. And I just was not liking the way that was looking, but I felt like when I looked at the one portion of the house, it like needed like separation, like that one side of the house in the porch. So then I found these guys, which again, I can't remember what they're called, and I have, horrible memory, but I had never seen them before, and again, I had never used them, but I thought they just added a little bit of a detail, and it kind of cleaned up that one edge. So I thought that worked out pretty well. And then for the railings, I was originally going to go with the browns, but I could not find a brown that kind of matched this brown for, what I used on the trim work and stuff. So I figured if I did white, that added a little bit of a pop of color, and then I could do white windows and stuff. And I don't know why, but I have a tendency to always do white windows. I'm not sure. I'm just kind of obsessed with white windows. I feel like it just looks clean and fresh and really light and bright. But this time, instead of doing all white windows, I did the white with the kind of brown interior. Those middle things are called mullions. So I did white with the brown mullions. And I just thought it kind of, tied the whole thing together and added, some dimensions of color there. And I just thought it was kind of interesting. So I kind of really liked that. And also, just letting you guys know, like I said in the beginning, I know I was kind of bombarding you with Sims 4 speed builds, but this will be my last one for a while, because I've kind of run out of inspiration. So we'll see what I end up doing next. I know I have one friend that really, really wants me to do an LP, so we're going to sit down and figure out like a storyline or something for it, and hopefully get that started soon. And then there's also some other games I'm thinking about bringing onto the channel. I thought that would be kind of fun. And then also I am going to do the current household. I know I talked about that before in my other speed builds, but I am going to do a current household. So you'll be able to see the household that I've made 2 houses for, even though they can only fit in the one. And you'll actually be able to see that one speed build in action. So that'll be really, really nice. And then here I am having trouble with like the flooring and stuff. For the porch, I had issues because I couldn't find one that was kind of in that brown, like chocolatey looking tone. So I just settled for normal, I guess you can call normal looking concrete. And then here on the interior, I kind of wanted to do like a focal wall. So I thought that it's like a burgundy brown type color. I thought that looked really, really nice. And then I was trying to figure out the rest of the walls, which one looked better. And I ended up going with the light color just because the dark made it super, super dark. And I wanted to keep this home nice and light and airy since the outside already is really dark. And then you also notice that I'm using the paint that doesn't have the crown molding, even though I always use the paint that has the crown molding. I don't know why, I'm just kind of obsessed with it. And then as I was looking at this space here, I was trying to decide, kind of the layout, because I did a little bit of pre-planning for this build, but not too much. So I just kind of knew the general shape I wanted. Again, from looking at houses in my area, and like driving home from work, I saw this shape a lot on the smaller homes. So I was like, oh, you know what? That would make a good starter home speed build thing. So I ended up doing that shape. And then I was originally going to put the living room in the back and have the, what is it called? The kitchen. Why could I not remember the name of that? I was going to put the kitchen towards the front, but I ended up flip-flopping it because then later on, someone could, expand this home, or they could make the foundation come up a little bit more and they could add a deck in the back. Whereas if I put the kitchen in the front, having a deck off like your living room doesn't really make a lot of sense. So anyway, I was trying to make use of that. I think it's called just window shopping. It's technically a fence, but clearly your Sims can walk over it because it's so low. I was trying to make use of that, but we actually end up getting rid of it because the house goes a little bit over budget. So sadly we get rid of it, but that's something, again, you can always add in later on. And there's a lot of decorating. You'll notice that I do a lot of decorating that ends up switching, again, just because the budget did not allow me to do what I wanted to do. But, that's what happens when you have a starter home. But I think it turns out pretty well. It ends up kind of cute. And let me just say, that first couch, I cannot speak. That first couch, the thing you sit on, the first couch I put there, I absolutely adore it. I think it just looks so cozy and so comfy and just like something you'd see in almost everyone's house. And I know decorating wise, I was trying to make the home look a little more traditional, so not super modern, but not like super traditional and like, oh, don't sit there or don't touch that kind of traditional, if you know what I'm talking about, but more of like just a house or like a person's room that you would see in general, just like, oh yeah, this looks like your average family's home, because I figured as a starter home that would make a lot of sense. And I know I play around with the furniture like a ton, and it looks kind of cute, but like I said, it ends up going over budget, so I end up getting rid of literally 90% of it, and that makes me kind of sad because I was liking the way it was turning out, but what are you gonna do when you're on a budget? But hey, like I said, this house definitely gives you enough room that you can expand on it, and you can put it on a bigger lot and make it much larger, or you could give it a gorgeous backyard or something, which again, with the landscaping, I wasn't able to do much because I had to keep the budget down, but I think what I did do with it looks kind of cute, so it ends up working out pretty well. And I know with the lighting, I end up using those recessed like can lights later on just because they light up the room so well. But they are a little bit expensive. So if you replaced those with like less expensive lights, you could probably still get some like good furniture or something. And then also the same with the floors. Like I think all the floors were like 4 simoleons a square foot or something. This one I have in the kitchen right now is not. So I end up changing that later on just because it doesn't really work out. I literally change almost almost everything in this house, decoration wise, except for the dining room stays the same and the kitchen and bathroom I think stay the same. Did I say kitchen? No. Bathroom, living room. No. Oh my gosh, I'm confusing myself. The dining room and living room and kitchen change. The bathroom and bedroom do not change. Okay, geez. Whew, really confused myself there. Sorry about that. I'm like rambling over and over myself, and I don't remember what I've said and what I haven't said. So, my bad. I don't exactly know what kind of style you would call this house. It's just kind of one of those hodgepodge of things, and I feel like that's how a lot of starter homes are. I mean, I don't know about in you guys' area, but in my area at least, all the kind of starter home, like smaller houses, don't really have one particular style. They're just kind of like a mixture of things that are just kind of thrown together to make something happen, but they can be kind of cute. And I don't know, I was just kind of going for starter home. So it being the starter home challenge, that's just kind of what happened. Oh, and let me just apologize right now. I know this commentary kind of sucks. I'm usually a little bit more focused than this, but I am rushing around trying to get things done and trying to make sure everything, is in its place or whatever. I have a lot of crap going on at work that I need to handle, and my brain is not where it needs to be, but I'm trying my best here. But anyway, on to the bathroom. Again, I decided to use like the partial walls. I was about to call it a half wall, but it's kind of much taller than a half wall. It's like 9/10 of a wall based on this wall height. But I decided to use that just because that alcove bath shower thing, it looks funny if it's like sitting out in the open without a wall next to it. And I think technically you shouldn't have it out in the open unless it's got a wall next to it. Like, it's supposed to be tucked in and create like a hall bath type look. So that's why I put that right there, and then that created the perfect little opportunity for me to put the toilet next to it. And then now onto the bedroom. Again, I was trying to stick with that kind of like traditional, we don't have tons and tons of money to be spending on lots of fancy furniture kind of look. And I loved the color of like the nightstands and the dresser. Yeah, the dresser, and then the mirror is kind of the same tone. I loved the way that looked with that wall paint. That wall paint's kind of like a mint green, mint blue, mint green, if that makes any sense, kind of look. And I just thought it was super cute together. And then here I am trying to get the budget down, because I don't know if you guys noticed, I am getting really, really close, and I'm like, oh crap, I'm not going to be able to afford everything I want. So I just ended up going outside and trying to do some landscaping, and as I'm doing the landscaping, I realized I am over budget. And at least I wasn't over budget by a lot. I was only over budget by just a little bit. So by going back in, I end up changing, I think I just changed a couple things. I changed the floor in the kitchen dining room area, and I think I change it somewhere else or something, or I get rid of something, I'm not sure. I did something to get it back down under budget. Like I said before, or at the beginning of this speed build, I am literally $8 under budget. $8. That's all your Sims are gonna have when they move into this place. And I did play test this. So I went in and I made a brand new family. It's just a dad and like a daughter. So they go in and they had $8 left. So I know that for a fact. Your Sims straight out of CAS can move into this house, but they will only have $8 left. So you better hurry up and get your Sim a job or do something and like sell it, because you're going to be running real low on money. Just saying. And I apologize for that. Usually I like to have a little bit more like room, I guess, in my budget left over when a Sim moves into a house, but it being the starter challenge was really difficult. But hey, at least I accomplished it, because like I said, your Sims can move in right out of CAS. So awesome, right? Oh yeah, so here I am going back inside trying to change some stuff up. Oh yeah, that's what I changed. I changed the flooring in the kitchen, and I also changed the countertops. And I liked the other ones a lot better because they stuck with that kind of traditional look, but they were like twice as much as those, what are they called, the Blandco counters. And then I just had to switch up some of the crap in the living room. It does not look very cute at all right now, but hey, it's functional. At least you get a little TV so you can watch some stuff. You have a decent sized kitchen, and I think the bathroom's really nice. I like it. I know it doesn't have all the accessories that I would like to have normally, but hey, what are you gonna do? You get what you get. So here I am again, just trying to change things. And then now we are into the screenshots. So thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!